This is the beginning of my Go Gateway house. This is like a school of experience. This is how I came to create Ken Up, Ken Down. This is a package experience that I got from interviewing people in the DMV area and also people in the virtual world. So that is artists, creatives, locals, professionals, students. This is before and during COVID. Here are their stories, experiences, and perspectives. Introduce yourself for the people, man. We got somebody dope in the building.
Okay, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Amina Rose. Amina Rose is my brand, so hashtag Rose Gang, hashtag Amina Got Body. What's up?
Okay, so it's dope to have you here. You know, I hit you up and you was like, I'm ready to do it today. You know, like talked to you like maybe 4 or 5 hours ago, and you know, we're making it happen. So let's get into it. Let's start from the beginning. Where were you born?
So I was born in PG County, Maryland.
Okay.
So I'm from Pretty Girl County, all the way up in Marlboro, Maryland. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you know, when you was growing up in PG County, what was your family dynamics like?
My mom and my dad were married till I was maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got divorced. So pretty typical Black family, I would think. You know what I'm saying? Your parents divorced. I still had a relationship with my dad. Still knew him. Still saw him. Grew up with both of my parents, actually. Yeah.
But do you remember the divorce though when you were like 5? Like
I do.
Yeah.
I do, because it was not a good divorce. It was a bad divorce. You know.
Well, so you know, get a little bit into detail about it. What happened?
Of course, I was a kid, so I didn't know all the details, but I knew they would have fights. I knew they would be not fist fights, but like argument fights.
Yeah.
So they didn't see eye to eye. I never feel like it was ever my fault.
Yeah.
But it was definitely heartbreaking. Like when my dad left, I had nightmares and everything. Like it was bad.
Like, did you want to go with your dad?
I did. I was a daddy's girl.
Were you like, you know how some people, when you end up having to stay with your mom, when they get divorced, you blame your mom for it? Were you blaming your mom, or did you kind of understand?
Anyone. I understood.
Yeah.
You know, I understood. And even though I wanted to live with my dad, I also loved my brother. So, you know, he was my playmate. He was my partner in crime. So.
Yeah. Okay, so you and your brother, how many kids? Oh. I got you.
You got me. Thank you.
No doubt. Is that a setup?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Make sure it's straight up. Yeah.
How does it look on your hand?
That's good. It's looking at me.
Bet. All right, so yeah, it's you and who else?
Oh, goodness. It might have to be a no.
Oh, look.
It look good.
I bet. So, who was in the house? You know, when your pops left, it was your mom?
It was me, my brother, my mom. It was just us. When he left, it was just us.
Yeah. And in terms of like father figure, did you have anybody to replace? You know that?
I kind of did, which was actually crazy. So. Yeah. After my dad left, my mom being a single mom, being a workaholic, she had to try to find someone to take care of us. And she found us a nanny. And it was actually a guy. He was a paraplegic. And he raised us. A lot of what I know today, how to cook, clean, take care of people, I know from him.
You know that's not common, right?
I know it's not common. I know.
Okay. So how was that relationship like?
Well, he was a live-in. So honestly, I see him like a parental figure. Honestly, my mom was gone a lot. I did live with my dad, but it was kind of off and on. Yeah. So when I lived with my mom, that was how it was set up. So, you know, like I said, I see him as a parent. Anything I wanted to know, whatever, he was there.
Now, the interesting part is, how did your dad feel about that whole situation?
Of course, he felt some type of way. Another man in the household, or whatever the case. He even. And
you were 5 at this time, or?
Yeah, I was 5.
Okay, so
I was 5. Even later on, he even questioned my little brother being his, but it was strictly him taking care of us. At one point, he was dating my mom for a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, it was him taking care of us.
Even to the point where your dad questioned if your little brother was his.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Now let's talk about, you know, because I'm not from the area. I've been here for like 2.5 years.
Okay.
But I keep hearing DC was the chocolate city and whatnot, right?
Okay.
Like, have you seen massive changes? Like, like, gentrification, like,
Oh, of course.
Talking about when you were a kid to now.
Of course.
Let's speak about the changes that you have seen.
So, personally, my grandma lived in Fort Totten, and she still has her house and everything.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things of now she's not living in it. My uncle has ownership or whatever, but the price has gone up. It's been renovated. It don't even look the same. Same thing kind of like with the neighborhood and everything. Like everything has changed for DC. Definitely.
Yeah. So was there really a point in time where it was all black for real?
For the most part, yeah. It was like a community. Everybody knew each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I see so many white people here. I just can't imagine the time, because there's still a lot of black folks here. Don't get me wrong. We still got mad nightlife, restaurants catered to just black folks, right?
Yeah.
A lot of businesses catered to black folks. But I see a lot of white people. So I'm just trying to imagine at a point in time where it was like really, because this area, they say downtown was all black. I'm like,
yeah, but you got to picture the community. Like they went in and they changed stuff and they moved people, but it used to be a black community. Chocolate City, we knew each other. You knew your neighbors. You knew the people down the street. You could walk around and be safe in your neighborhood because we knew everybody.
Did y'all see it coming though?
See what coming?
The gentrification of white people moving in.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
That stuff just happens overnight. At first it's like, wow, they done built up this and built up that. But then you start noticing they raising the prices. You start noticing people are moving away. You start noticing that type of stuff. And you start noticing, the communities, everybody's broken up.
Yeah. But you think white people, they planned it ahead of time.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course they did.
Now let's talk about, when you were growing up, what were some of the fun things that you got into, as a youngin'?
I was very sheltered, so I can't say anything wild. My childhood was a childhood, truly. Yeah. I can remember playing in the backyard, playing with other kids. Like, it was a childhood.
So would you say you were a good or a bad kid?
I was a good kid.
Yeah?
I was a really good kid.
Like religious good kid or just studious?
Like I had a godmother and everything. She had me in a church. Even when I was in high school, I was in the choir, all that stuff. Like, I'm a very spiritual person.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between the spiritual and being religious? Is there a difference, or you consider them both to be the same thing?
I believe they're the same thing.
Yeah. So are you a Christian?
I am a Christian.
Okay. Yes. And still to this day, Christian, believe in the Bible and everything.
Yeah.
You didn't sway away from the word of God.
Nope.
Okay.
I actually got baptized when I was really young and everything. So, yeah.
That's dope. Okay. So now on your page, it says that you're a model, and it also says you're a vixen. So what's the difference between a model and a vixen?
Well, first off, I'm a published model. Okay. So that just means that, being in magazines, be it paper or be it digital, online, or whatever the case, there's that.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing of a vixen is like a video girl. Oh, sorry.
That's cool.
But it's like a video girl. So you're in the videos, you're dancing, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of totally different.
Okay.
In a way.
Before we get into this conversation, because there are some girls that dance in the clubs and they don't want to be called strippers. They want to be called dancers because they look at it as a form of art. Like, do you have, or it's fine to be called a stripper? Like,
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters? Okay. But have you heard, you've heard this though, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like the negative connotation is going to be there regardless of what name you call it.
Gotcha.
So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The only difference that I see is dancer and entertainer. And I believe it is a difference.
Okay. What's the difference?
To me, an entertainer is somebody who's going to entertain you. It's not about just shaking your butt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's about entertaining the crowd. Yeah. And entertainment has many different forms.
Yeah. So how did you get into the entertainment business? As somebody who's sheltered, Christian girl, stay at home. How did I get into it? Okay, so this is a story. I actually had a friend and she had 3 kids. We went to high school together. She moved away and she wanted to come back into the DMV area. So I'm like, okay, cool. Of course, she needed a job to support her kids. So she wants to strip. Of course, she can't do it by herself. She don't want to go by herself. So she wants me to go with her. I finished nursing school. I was good financially, but I was like, okay, what age
I'll
is this?
Go with you. I know we first did an audition when we were 18, but we didn't work. So this was maybe a few years later, like at least a year or two later.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so now
it's around like 1920. Finished nursing school or whatever. I was good financially, but she asked me, she was like, you know, she needs something to support her kids. I felt bad. I was like, okay, I'll go with you. But this is really just until you feel comfortable, because I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it went.
So when you were going with her, you had it in your mind that you were going to dance too?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she wanted. She wanted somebody to go with her. Yeah. Dance with her, be, you know, so if anything, you know, somebody's there. And
for you, like, you know, try to like, let's think like deep inside, what made you also, because she wanted to do it for money, right?
Yeah.
I know you wanted to do it with her as a friend, you know, and somebody's support. But personally, like, what made you, like, you know, what enticed you to do it? Was it the fact that you know you have something over men and you can make money, you know how to use your sexuality? Like, what was it? What was the thing that made you feel comfortable to do it and whatnot? You know what I mean?
To me, I really feel like it was a way of escaping, because I was working and all of that stuff, but I didn't really have time to go hang out. I was all about making money. Mm-hmm. So when it came to this, it was like, okay, well, I don't need to go to the club and not make no money. I can go to the club and make money and, you know, learn something new. So that's what it was. It was trying something new, learning something new. And I had somebody there with me. So I just think that gave me that extra push to be like, okay, try it out.
Okay. So for me, right, I always, you know, you when we was growing up, I don't know if it's as worse as when we were younger. Like, if there was a chick that didn't want to fuck a guy, the dude would be like, yo, she's a slut, she's a hoe. Yeah. You know what I mean? If a girl was dressed a certain way, dudes would be saying she's a hoe. And it's like, okay, she's a hoe, but she ain't fucking you. Yeah. Or even your friends, you know what I mean? But you still calling her a hoe, right? Yeah. So, speaking about all of that and coming into stripping, you can only imagine the kind of, like, ideas that some dudes have over women who are expressing themselves and being naked and nude and, you know, as a form of entertainment or whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. So you can only imagine the thick skin you gotta have to kind of ignore all of that, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, like, how confident do you have to be, you know what I mean, to be a stripper?
You have to be pretty confident, definitely, to handle positive comments and negative comments. You know, it's going to be people that hate on you. Ain't even you do them wrong or anything. They just hate. Yeah. And they going to hate outwardly. So that's something you gotta get used to.
Yeah. Did it come over time, or were you confident in the beginning?
For me, I would just say that I always kept myself at a level of professionalism, at a level of class. So I never really had that. Ain't nobody call me a hoe and call me out my name, like, you know? Yeah. I just never really experienced that.
Yeah. Did you have any like older stripper that you looked up to that was kind of like a big influence on you, like, you know, kind of walked you through the ropes and whatnot?
I have that recently, like now, but back then I didn't. Like I said, back then all I had was my friend. We was in it together. You know what I'm saying? Recently I do. Her name was Miss Max Out. You know, she kind of showed me the ropes and everything. Yeah. And I thank her for that. She's a very great entertainer.
So it's like, from at that time before you had her, like how was that? How was that then? You were just like learning shit as you go on your own with your friend?
Pretty much.
And you and your friend, y'all stuck together?
Yeah, we did. I knew how to dance. So, and I was the type of person, like, I could go in a regular club and have a crowd watching me dance. Yeah. It wasn't really like stripper. It was like actual dancing. Like, I was just good at it. So doing that, you know, it was like an easy transition. You know how to dance, you know how to dance. Yeah. But I didn't have anyone to look up to. We just kind of bounced off of each other. Yeah. And, you know, I always say this, right? Like, guys always know how to stick together. Yeah. Like, even my friends, like, from college, it's been like 10, 12 years, we still together, you know what I mean? But I always say, I could be wrong, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I say girls, their friend groups always breaks apart, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They always like switching. So what kept you and your homegirl together like that? Because sometimes, you know, girls they'll be fighting over money, over a guy, or this guy wants me, this guy wants that, you want to take my guy, you want to take my client, da-da-da-da. Yeah. How'd y'all stick together throughout? Honestly, I was the one that put up with stuff that I shouldn't have.
Gotcha.
There was jealousy involved, and was what it was. you know.
Yeah.
I had to learn that she wasn't a true friend, and it is what it is.
So y'all not.
Nope.
Can you speak a little bit on it?
I can speak on it.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like I said, there was jealousy. We first started out, we didn't know anything. We never like danced in a club before, whatever the case. So consistently at the end of the night, we would count up our money, and I would always make more than her. And so I think the jealousy just kind of set in, and then out of nowhere, one day she just made way more money, and I'm like, whoa, what you doing? She couldn't tell me anything she was doing differently. So like, then later on, I found out, oh, okay, you fucking for money and all of that, just trying to compete and all that stuff. Jealousy is bad. It's a terrible thing. And I think it's unneeded because it's enough for everybody to go around.
Yeah.
We all beautiful. We all look good in our own way. It's no need for our Black women to be neck and neck at each other. Yeah. It's just not.
How do you feel about, girls selling their pussy in the club? Do you feel like it goes against the principles of dancing, of entertainment? Talk about that.
I mean, what really grinds my gears about girls fucking in a club is when it's some cheap stuff. So you bring down the value of every woman, every entertainment in the building because of what you're doing. Yeah. I just feel like it needs to be a level, or it needs to be a standard that kind of, makes everybody's value either equal or to a respectable amount. Because when you have people that are desperate that would do something for anything, then now they kind of looking at it like, oh, well, you should do this because they do. And you know what I'm saying?
But so is it more so okay if the guy's spending a lot of money then, as opposed to the cheap stuff?
I'm not going to say it's more so okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is bringing down the value and the respect level for all the women.
Got you.
That's what I don't like. Because you as an entertainer, you can decide to do that and to not do that. You know what I'm saying? That is up to you. And a man has nothing. He can't do anything but respect that. But the only thing that I'm talking about is when he's going to disrespect you because this woman did this for such and such, a little bit of money, whatever the case. So they think it's cool for everybody. Or this woman lets you touch places you're not supposed to, do things you're not supposed to. So they're going to try it on everybody. That's what I don't like. Yeah.
Because I can only imagine if a guy goes in a club, right, and he fucks one chick in there, he's going to go back and tell all his friends that all the chicks in there down to fuck.
Or something like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he pays, he's going to be like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, in that club you can pay. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Guys that'll brag, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so something like that when you speak about the value and the respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now my next question, going off of that, right? You oftentimes hear you got a stripper, then you got a dude that's trying to pimp her out and whatnot, or a dude that's taking advantage of her. Have you been a victim of any of those situations, or has anybody tried you?
Okay. So I have a couple stories. First off, someone has tried me in the club. He was a pimp. I didn't know this. It's actually certain lingo, certain words to watch out for. But I knew the words. Just no one has ever tried me, but I knew the words. So the guy, he pretty much, he's trying to initiate me. But it's at a club. I'm here to make money. I was dancing on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's business before anything. I kind of realized that he was a pimp a little bit too late. And he already owed me money. We already did some dances. He owed me money. So what I had to do was I kind of had to play him. Like, I know what pimps want. You know what I'm saying? So I used his own words against him. And I was pretty much like, give me my money. Pretending like I'm going with it. And I got my money. And it was like, I'm good. You know, but I also had him stalk me, stalk my IG on different pages and all types of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not in a different state, because I know different states, they will like kidnap you and all this craziness. Yeah. So ain't nobody try me on that level.
Okay.
But so
yeah. You feel like they already know they get the vibe not to try you or
I'm really not sure how they do that. I don't know if they just try to pick certain people or certain victims. I'm really not sure.
Yeah. But it does happen, right?
Of course. Yeah, okay. All types of crazy things happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in terms of like, let's get back to jealousy, like in the club, how's the level of jealousy in there?
Oh my God. I don't know about for anybody else, but for me, like, it's really, really bad. I've heard all types of things about me that's just like stuff that don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But jealousy is such an ugly thing.
Yeah. So do a lot of dancers not fuck with each other then?
No.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with them. You can't. No. Mm-mm.
So other than the mentor that you have, you don't fuck with nobody, and when you're going, you don't fuck with nobody like that, or?
I mean, now it all depends. Some people are very cool.
Yeah.
You know, and some people are talkative. They're cool. You can talk to them. But some people,
yeah.
You know, they're not even going to talk to you. They hate it. You know what I'm saying? You get the night started. You done probably took their client or got money from their client or whatever. They mad. They salty.
Yeah.
And that gets in the way.
And then they start talking shit about you and shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this, you know, and let's get into this. Let's get into this. Have you ever had a sugar daddy?
I have.
Okay. Let's talk about that. You know, how did you get the sugar daddy, and what was the relationship like, you know, with the sugar daddy?
So I got the sugar daddy offline.
Okay.
The relationship, it's pretty much like a real relationship, I would say. You do everything that you would do within a normal relationship. You go on dates.
Yeah.
You go out of town. You take vacations together. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Only difference is your bills get paid.
Yeah. And is there like a monthly allowance or a weekly allowance? How do y'all negotiate that, you know?
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
So everybody wants different things. But usually that is discussed. If they want something long term, then usually kind of monthly or however they want to do it.
Yeah. Because you know, I talked to a girl one time and she said she had a sugar daddy. He was like 60 plus, dude.
Okay.
And all that he would want to do is wear a thong and twerk.
That's what he did. Okay.
What's the craziest thing a guy has ever done?
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
My story usually blows everybody. Like, it blows your mind. I would never forget this day.
Yeah.
Me and the one girl that I told you I started stripping with.
Yeah.
One day she's like, you know, I got something for us after the club. We got some more money to make. I said, okay, cool. So we went to this guy's house. She's telling me in the car, you know, it ain't nothing sexual or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. We get there. The guy opens the door. And the first thing that we notice is he has like a bed, like a bed frame in the middle of his living room.
Yeah.
And we're looking like, you know, nothing but the bed frame.
Yeah.
Right? So we're looking like, what in the world? Then he brings out rope. He brings out a sock. And he's like, yeah, I want you to, you know, tie me up to the bed frame, stuff the sock in my mouth. He had two pieces of wood that kind of would fit in the bed frame. And each piece of wood had like a semicircle out.
Yeah.
That was like in the middle. So he would pull his balls through that hole. And he wanted us to walk around that bed frame, make fun of him, laugh at him, and step on his balls. And it got worse. So we would do that for a little bit. We had like normal shoes on, whatever. Then he got up, got a whole entire bag of heels, all different sizes. And I know it's different sizes because me and her fit different sizes. He had us put the boot heels on. He was like, I want you to use the heel. And he would be like, I want you to bust my balls. I want you. Yeah. He'd be like,
were y'all scared for him?
Oh my God. Yeah, at first it was so weird. Like, you know, it's a very weird sensation on your feet. I'm going to tell you. And he's like, yeah, just step on it. I want you. So we asked him, has anybody really actually busted your balls? He said, yeah. I was out of commission for like 3 months, but it was worth it. But one thing that I can say that I love about men that have fetishes is they know they're weird. Yeah. They know what they like. They know they're weird, and they pay for it. They pay well. Yeah. He ain't want nothing sexual. That's all he wanted.
Yeah. So, and I've heard there's a lot of those guys. They're powerful men who are in control during the day, and
you never know.
Yep. And then, you know, when they get home, that's when they want somebody to overpower them.
Yep.
Is that the case, or?
It seemed like it. I didn't know him that much.
Yeah.
But. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, are you into BDSM at all?
Not really.
So it was just for the money. Mm-hmm. Okay. But would you have somebody do something like that to you in a BDSM way, or you're not into that shit?
I'm submissive.
Okay.
But BDSM, no, I don't like pain.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like to be choked and handcuffed and all that shit, but I don't like pain. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, what type of guys do you go for? First off, you know, for the people who are watching who don't know, they're gonna see your picture. You know, your ass is out of this world, right? you're very voluptuous. You know, you're very appealing. I'm sure when you're walking in the streets, you get a lot of fucking attention. You know what I mean? So I'm sure with all those guys coming to you, you have to decide which ones you pick. You know, so what kind of guys do you go for?
Gentlemen, definitely older. Can't be anywhere near my age. And then they're a little boy. A good man.
I need more than that. A good man. What does that mean? A good man.
Good man.
A good man.
It's hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah. Like have you recently been with a good man, or is it hard to find to the point where you haven't been with a good man in a long time?
I'm with a good man right now.
Oh, you are with a good man right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And older person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you ever cheated on a guy before?
I have.
Can you let's talk about that?
So one of my stories of cheating is it kind of went like this. The guy started it off. He cheated. I couldn't forgive him. And so I cheated. And I kind of feel like we was even. So we played that game. Another guy that I had, I saw him as a good man. You know, we had a good relationship, good friendship, but things just, I don't know, they didn't work out. Like, my needs weren't being met. He wasn't listening to me. He wasn't being the man that I thought he should be.
Yeah.
So I did step out.
And did you tell him, or?
He found out. I don't know that I necessarily told him. He found out, and when he found out, we had that conversation.
Yeah. Now, when you say your needs are not being met, right? Is that sexually, or is that financially?
Both, actually.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you were with a guy. The sex is not good, and he's broke.
I'm not gonna say the sex was not good.
Okay.
But that's when I learned that eating pussy is a requirement in a relationship. I'm gonna just say it like that. Yep. No, you don't eat that.
So he didn't want to eat the pussy.
No.
What was it, for some cultural reasons? Like, what was it?
No, he just said he didn't like it.
Okay. And so, but for that reason, you went to fuck another nigga.
No, like
I'm not saying that's the only reason.
It was more stuff, but yeah, that was like one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But when he found out, were you able to tell him, like, it's because you don't eat my pussy? One of the reasons.
I don't think I got that real. I don't think I got that real.
Yeah, because they when it comes to guys, we can go and just fuck a chick and come back to our wives or whatever. You know what I mean? Our girl, and we don't care. You know what I mean? But when girls cheat, you know, from what we always say is there's some emotional attachment that comes with it. You know what I mean? And it's like, why couldn't you have that conversation with him before, you know, you stepped out? Or had you tried and tried and you was just like, you know what?
Actually, I did. I told him about it. He tried to change, but it was like, at that point, it was too late.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think it's ever worth it to cheat?
At this point, no. I'm not going to cheat in my relationship because I feel as though if I have to cheat, then we don't need to be together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no time to be playing no games, you know? So,
but the dude that was the revenge cheating, that one was worth it? Or did you feel guilty about that?
I didn't feel guilty at all. He started it.
Okay.
I didn't feel guilty at all.
Okay.
But that just it was a lesson for me, you know, like I don't need to downgrade myself to cheat, to make you feel any type of way. Like at this point,
Yeah. Let me ask you this, right? Would you rather, and you have to pick one out of this two. You have to pick one.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather be with a guy that cheats around or a guy that has one serious affair?
A guy that cheats around.
Okay, why?
Because if you have a serious affair, you have emotions.
Yeah.
Your heart is no longer with me, it's with another woman, and that's where you need to go.
Yeah.
Now, a guy that cheats around, he might have, you know, fucked up, but he can get to the point of where, you know, his head is on straight. Mm-hmm. Maybe we have to work on some issues.
Yeah.
But he don't have no attachments to another woman. So it'd be worth it to stick around in my eyes. Yeah. Not that I would really put up with it, but if I had to choose, there you go.
Okay. Now, we all know what's happening. I don't know if you've heard about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett and August Alsina. Have you heard what's going on?
No.
Do you know August Alsina?
Yes.
The singer dude?
Okay.
So word is that he has been in a relationship with Jada Pinkett for a long time.
Okay.
And Will Smith gave him the blessing. Because Will Smith and Jada Pinkett allegedly are in an open relationship. And,
I've heard of that.
Okay, you heard that part, right?
Yeah.
So he just did an interview, August Alsina. He just did an interview and he said, I sat down with Will Smith and he gave me his blessings to be in a relationship with Jada Pinkett, and and he's confessing and everything, right?
Oh.
Will Smith has denied it since, and Jada Pinkett has denied it since as well. So what do you think about all of that?
That's kind of crazy. I don't understand open marriages at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it works for them, it works for them.
Yeah. You can't be in an open marriage.
Hell no.
Yeah.
That's called adultery. No, thank you.
What about it? And does that have anything to do with religion?
Of course it does.
Okay.
I feel like when you get married, that's a promise before God that you and the person you choose are going to be together.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life, whatever. So no, stepping outside of that, there's serious consequences to that.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you don't believe in divorce.
No. I know it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no.
Yeah. And you said your parents got a divorce, right? And you saw that at the age of 5, and then after that and whatnot. Don't you think for the fact that you saw it, you can also get a divorce because it's kind of normalized in a way because it's possible?
I think you can, but not when everything is how it should be. Like, when you get a man from God, a spiritual man, a good man, or whatever the case, and y'all see eye to eye, and can communicate and everything, I don't really see that happening.
As a woman, what would be your last straw for you to leave a guy?
That's a lot of things. I don't know. I feel like I would work through cheating. Any type of molestation, I'm out. I gotta go. And I just mean on any type of kids, DMV kids, anything of that nature, I gotta go. Drugs, I gotta go.
What when you say drugs, is he selling or is he abusing it? Or both?
Pretty much both. So either way, you putting your family at risk.
So you couldn't fuck with a nigga that sells drugs?
Hell no.
If the nigga had it.
If you in the streets and I'm your woman, everybody knows me just like they know you. They're gonna do an attack on your family or on me to get back at you. No, you putting me and my family at risk. No, I don't want that.
Okay. See now we get into. Remember, I asked you what kind of guys you choose.
Yeah.
Now we get into some specifics. So now, do you like guys who are in corporate world? Do you like guys who are just super religious and just quiet? Do you like outgoing niggas? Do you like promoters? Let's get into some specifics.
Okay, so I don't think there's any specific. I feel like when you look at a man and a woman, when you look at Adam and Eve, he didn't say, "Oh, okay, this is this kind of dude, this kind of dude." You kind of take a man at where he is.
Yeah. And
you just got to see where that is and if it works for you.
Yeah.
If what he has planned lines up with what you got planned. I wouldn't say one specific guy, because just because you got that, I might not like you. You know what I'm saying? I get turned off very easily if you ain't no real man, if you ain't no gentleman, if you ever think you're going to disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And would you let your man lead?
Of course. That's what a man's supposed to do.
Okay. Because, in today's world, I remember I was talking to a girl in the club and she was like, yeah, I make as much money as my dude. So why does he get to be in charge?
I think what happens with that is nowadays you have a lot of men that want to be women. A man is supposed to be a provider. But a lot of these guys, they don't have jobs or they're not financially doing as well as the woman. So they putting their provider role on the woman. So of course, if the woman is playing the role of the provider, she has some say. She's not going to respect you as a man. And when I say a good man and a real man, I mean that. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hold your own financially, whatever, you ain't got a vision, I can't do it because you're not a man.
Yeah. Okay. Now let me ask you about, because I saw that you have an OnlyFans page, right?
Yes.
And you also have a man, right? So how does he feel about you having an OnlyFans page?
So he knows what I do on there and we discussed it.
Okay.
So he knows it's mainly, it's no like porn type stuff where I'm having sex with somebody else and he would have a problem with it. It's like exclusive content of me. He knows what I look like. You know what I'm saying? He understands what OnlyFans is about. So he's okay with it.
Yeah. And are you fully naked on there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing with yourself on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how does he really feel? You know what I mean? Let's keep it real. How does he
like, I haven't showed him my whole OnlyFans. I don't think he is subscribed, but like,
he going to after this video.
He's recorded some stuff for me. So he has a general idea of what I do on there, and he's okay with it.
Oh, so he's recording some stuff for you. So,
yeah.
But is he recording the ones where you playing with yourself, or is he recording other type of videos?
Sometimes you go outside the box. I would say the one that he recorded was kind of outside the box. I'm not gonna say I didn't play with myself, but that wasn't the only thing to it. So
okay. And have you guys? You say he gets the point, right? Have you guys got into any fights over that?
No.
Okay, so it's like he's okay with it to the point where he can live with that. It's not something that can affect y'all's relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
We pretty much had the conversation. As long as I'm not fucking somebody else or bringing somebody else in, then it's kind of like he understands.
Yeah. When he met you, did you have it or did you get it after?
Yep. When he met me, I have it.
Oh, so it's like,
What can you say?
You know what I mean? Like you came into it like that. Yeah. Okay. Because you can only imagine there's guys that don't have that kind of skin or the confidence
right.
They think somebody else has possession of their woman almost. You know what I'm saying? So
I can't be with a man like that. I'm too much woman. Any type of jealousy or anything, I can't deal with it. You got to be a real man to realize that I'm a real woman. I get a lot of attention. Some stuff you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah. Okay. And how would you define love?
So there was a definition of love that I actually got from I'm trying to remember the book that I got it from. Of course it's not gonna come to mind when I'm thinking of it. But it said, love is when you're under someone's spell. I find that to be true. Because you do things you wouldn't normally do. Yeah. You see things you wouldn't normally see. So I can understand you being under someone else's spell when you're in love making sense.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you feel that right now?
Do I feel like in love?
Yeah, you in love right now?
I wouldn't say I'm in love. Not yet. I'm in like.
You in like? Okay.
I'm in like.
Is this a new thing that you got with this dude? Okay. So and I don't want to like make it seem like that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen, but you think he's gonna be able to be okay with the OnlyFans all throughout?
If not, I think we're gonna have a conversation about it. We have really good open communication. So if it's ever a problem, I think we can talk about it.
Yeah. So there's a podcast that I watch. I don't know if you watch Gilly the Kid.
I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, so he's an old rapper. He has this podcast, and there was a porn star that came on, and she was pretty upset that she was like, she's like, we are sex workers, and we have an OnlyFans, and it's for us, and now you got all these regular chicks kind of trying to be a part of our business, but they don't want to consider themselves as sex workers. You know, they want to act like they're models and shit, and they want to, post with bikinis and shit, and but they don't want to be considered as sex workers like us. But OnlyFans is for us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How you feel about that?
It makes sense, and it's true. It's just that negative connotation that goes with anything that's under sex work for women. At the end of the day, you can choose to accept it or not.
Yeah. You think prostitution should be legalized?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been legal. It's the oldest profession in the book. It wasn't always illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody want to do, that's their body.
Yeah. And I think, and you can tell me what you think about this. I think if the government had more control over it, it would even be safer for the workers. What do you think about that?
If they did, because then they would have actual brothels, they would have security and all of that stuff. It would make sense. But I don't think it would happen just because of how much money would be involved. And then, you can put one thing on the books and it be something else,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they legalized weed, so
yeah.
Even though it's two different things.
It's harder because weed is an actual product. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, prostitution, like I said, somebody got a fetish. It might not even be me touching you. It might be you looking at my feet and you giving me however much I ask for. You know what I'm saying? So it's just hard to put a price.
Yeah.
And all of that type of stuff.
Yeah. Now let's talk about, how do you feel when there's a girl that's fucking somebody's husband?
Oh.
How do you feel about that? I'm sure as a girl, you've had a friend that's been fucking somebody's nigga before.
So there's questions. Is she being paid? Did she know?
Okay. First one, she knows. She's not getting paid. She knows. Some
women like that. Some women like it because, they don't want you all up in their face. They don't want you wanting a relationship. So some women like that. You know what I'm saying? It don't faze them at all.
Yeah. But how do you feel about that? If you had a friend right now and she's fucking somebody's husband, how would you feel about your friend and the whole situation?
I wouldn't look at her any differently, to be honest with you. I mean, you a grown woman. You got to answer to God just like I do.
Yeah.
You do what you do.
So you wouldn't advise her against it? It was just
not really. Only way I would is if I personally know the person. I know the husband. I know the wife. I know the family in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Otherwise, that's not really none of my business.
Yeah. Now, what if she's getting paid? Is that better?
Same thing.
I only asked because you asked if they was getting paid.
In a lot of cases, the women don't know. And if they do know, it's after they already in love or in like, or, they're comfortable with the person. So it's kind of like they're being deceived.
Yeah. Have you ever left one nigga for another nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was it worth it?
No.
No?
But I mean, it kind of was like a lose-lose situation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What happened?
Left one bad situation to go to another one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let me ask you this. As a black woman, right, do you feel like you guys have mentors? Because as black men, we do have some mentors, guys that we can look up to and whatnot, But when it comes to black women, I've heard that a lot of times it's harder for black women to have another black woman mentor because of jealousy and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Is
oh, my
true?
gosh, yes. We don't have any mentors. We don't have anyone to teach us how to be a woman. If your mother wasn't a real woman, then you're pretty much going to continue on in that generational curse of whatever the hell she been through. Unless, like, now they got YouTube. So that's what kind of helped me. But, yeah, it's bad.
So it's really like that.
It is. It is. Because, like I said, instead of us coming together as black women to build each other up, to let each other know that, we can all do this. It's enough for everybody to go around. It's this, okay, well, my skin is lighter, so I'm better, or I'm jealous of you. Like, it's all of that. And I don't even know where it came from. I think it was honestly made by men when they started putting us, together and everything's a fucking competition. Yeah. That's where that came from.
Yeah. Probably rappers.
No. It goes beyond that. This goes back to even slavery days.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's just rappers, because where's the rappers get it from?
That's facts.
Where the rappers get it from?
Because I just, for me, like when I listen to rap music, and I love rap, I'm a hip hop fan, hip hop head, all of that, but it's just the one thing, it's like how they separate black women, and every rapper talks about the red bone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now the light-skinned woman, obviously she gonna feel big head. Let's keep it a buck, So that competition, I'm sure it's probably felt in the club too, like niggas would usually go for the lighter skin stripper, or that's not true.
That's actually what I used to think. Seriously, okay. I used to think, because growing up, I used to think like that, like, oh, the light skinned girls are the prettiest, and da-da-da-da-da. But for real, that's not the case. White women, light-skinned women, Hispanic women, they have certain men that go after them. But as a black woman, I don't know if it's just me, but as a black woman, I feel like I can pull any race of man. I don't know why that is, but that's what I've noticed.
Okay, but you've also heard, I've heard a lot of black women say there's not a lot of our men for us to choose, you know what I'm saying? And some of them feel like they're in competition with other race of women, especially white women. You don't feel like you're in competition?
Me personally, no.
Yeah.
No, I personally don't think so.
Yeah.
But a lot of women, I can understand them not feeling the same type of way.
Uh-huh.
And it's just bad, but I don't think it has anything to do with competition. I just think it goes more so back to them being jealous, more so back to them thinking the color of the skin has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But it really don't.
Have you ever like more so kind of like questioned the color of your skin, you know, growing up? Because you said like you thought light-skinned girls were prettier.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I did. I had people make fun of me, you know, because some people thought that was a different race because my hair was long when I was younger. So people make fun of me for that. People make fun of me for what I know now, for being beautiful. Yeah. And they jealous. But I really thought, like, at one point, I thought I was ugly when I was younger. Yeah. Seriously. So I feel like me being a model is a way of letting Black women know that we're beautiful and we can do this. And you ain't got to be light-skinned. You ain't got to be Hispanic. You ain't got to be none of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I've even had a girl say that she was bleaching her skin when she was younger. You know what I mean? Because she was dark skinned and she hated her skin, you know? Yeah. Like, have you heard any of those stories?
I have. Yeah. And I actually did it one time. Like, back in high school, I used to think like that. So I had like, I didn't do anything extreme, but they have like the little fade cream that got a little bleaching effect to it. I was trying that until I learned like Black is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I don't want to bleach my skin. I'm not going to be one of the people you get in Hollywood and the next day I'm like, cream chowder color. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because some of the Black women in Hollywood, their skin color done changed.
Oh yeah, I mean it changed.
It's crazy because like when we were younger, they looked a certain way, and now it's
they want to get as far away from being a Black person as they can. Yeah. And prime example, like a lot of people say that I look like Little Kim. Like, back before she did all of that shit to her. Okay. But she let the fans and what people said get to her. And now she looked like a completely different woman. And I honestly think that she was bad, just the way she was.
She was bad. Like, everybody wanted Kim, you know? So, but the thing is, we don't know the kind of pressure she was facing when behind the scenes in the industry, you know? Yeah. Like, certain things that she wanted to get that she couldn't attain, that she saw lighter skinned women get. That made her want to change. You know what I mean? We don't know that. It's
definitely out there. Yeah. And, I'm faced with it as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not going to let that change me.
Yeah. So it's even in the club, you said you don't have that issues in the club because niggas that go for light-skinned women, there's specific type of dudes that go for light-skinned women.
Yeah. Then the other thing is a lot of guys think that like I'm mixed or something like that too. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. But for the most part, I wouldn't worry about it. Like I said, it's enough for everyone. You're not going to be everyone's type. That's the thing. That's what women need to get.
Yeah.
It's somebody out there for somebody. So you're going to make money regardless. You don't need to hate on this one now. Like, it's no need for that.
Yeah. So I got this question, right? I've been asking a lot of women about this. How often do guys lie on their dicks?
I don't know about how often they do, because some people kind of avoid it.
Yeah, because I've had women here say, yeah, they've had guys say they fucked them and they didn't, and to me it's crazy because there's even a girl that was like, yeah, somebody in your friend group probably lies to you about the girls that they're fucking, and I'm just like, yo, my niggas, no, not my niggas, but you know, it's the point is that dudes really be lying about their dicks, like. Have you had a dude ever lie about fucking you?
To say that he fucked? Not that I can think of.
Just for some clout, you know what I'm saying?
Head. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, no.
Mm-hmm.
If so, it hasn't gotten back to me. I don't know about it.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's what I heard. Like, dudes be lying about, you know, who they fucked and whatnot, you know?
I've heard stories about that. Of course they do.
Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. So I got one more. Let me see. Yeah. Right now, right? Let's talk about what's your biggest battle in life right now? You know, what are you trying to overcome? What are you trying to build? You know, where are you trying to go?
My biggest battle, I think it's being a Black woman in this industry, being a Black curvy woman in this industry. I want to say it's kind of hard. Even being like a video vixen, a lot of people want the red bone. They want the kind of skinnier, light skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? And me just being me. You know, maybe they might want you, maybe they might not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah.
Or I'm saying they want girls with real hair and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, like you watch a whole music video and like they got like 30 girls and they all light skinned, and you couldn't have like five dark skinned chicks. It's like, yo.
And the crazy part is when we had a video, I think Cardi B's song Twerk. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yep.
So we had that video and it's all black women, right? All black women. You had certain light skinned, certain white women mad. Oh, you couldn't put not one white woman in there, but yeah, y'all got every other video. Yeah. And don't nobody say nothing about it.
Yeah.
It's
so
crazy.
Wait, they were mad because people wanted
no,
white
not
girls?
People. It was jealous girls.
Okay.
They white or light skin.
Okay.
And they think just because they light, they got to be right.
Okay.
So they got mad and was like, oh, well, why ain't no light skinned girls up in there? Why ain't no white girls in there? Because they hate and they jealous.
I can't believe that. They was really saying that?
Only videos that we got all black women.
They was really saying that?
I heard that. Mm-hmm. But every other video, you got people out here, oh, I want light skin, red bone girl, real hair, you know, that shit.
Yeah. That's ridiculous, yeah. Because they have 99.9% of the
one video that you don't get, you mad.
Yeah.
Get out of here. And then mad because the video was good. The video did good. The video was good. Yeah, black is beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, looking into the camera, if you could say anything to black men right now, what would you say?
I would say that we need to get off of the color of the skin. Just because you're lighter don't mean that you're better or anything. Somebody being light skinned don't make them better. No. You know, our black queens are out here and we need real black men. You know what I'm saying?
Word. That's what's up. Yeah. Thanks for coming. You know, what I like to do is I like to always bring people back again to talk about the development of their lives and where they are. You know what I'm saying? You know, like we can follow up on your relationship. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about your OnlyFans. You know what I mean? First of all, what's the craziest? Do you have like a crazy client who wants crazy things from OnlyFans? Like,
I don't know.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you know, come back and you know, talk about what's going on in your life, you know. So like I said, I appreciate the fact that, you know, you came through and you're like, yeah, let's get this done right now, you know.
Definitely.
Let people know where they can find you.
So y'all can find me on Instagram, ms.aminarose.
Okay. Is that Twitter? You got Facebook? Any of that? Or
right
just
now,
Instagram?
Just leave it at Instagram because that's my main one. I do have other ones, but I'm not really on there like that. So
cool.
Instagram for now.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming.
Thank y'all.
Okay, how?